Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. If you're watching this live, enjoy the show. And if you're watching this as a rerun, hope you find something of value. The central plan, what's up? Chamali checking in. Mladen is here as well. Trice, hello, great tweet you just put out. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Still no cheap coins. I'm impatient awaiting some bargains. Yeah, me too, man. Awaiting the bargains. Say a prayer for alts. Yeah, some alts are, they're down 7, 8, 9%. So they're down pretty much, pretty heavy. But, although we are down a lot, we are not actually down that much. You can see, I mean, we did pump, hugely towards upside. So this move towards downside can hold us somewhere, right? Oh my God, anybody got wrecked? Geez, Coin Bureau made out it would go to 35. Now we were hoping to 35, but we said like 31, 32 resistance is heavy. We need to get above that too. After that we can look at 35, but you saw right now that we failed to get above 35. Why am I always wrecked? Because your lines, man, lines. You need to draw the lines the correct way, the only way, our way. Hi Sasha, how you been? I've been doing good. I've been good. Today is a better day than yesterday, at least for me. Not crypto-wise, but just in general direction. Today is better day than yesterday. So there is that. Let me shield the stream a little bit all over the place, just because reasons, Let me. There we go. There we go. So what are we gonna do? Yeah, I post a tweet right now. Where is Twitter? By the way, what is Fatman saying? Interesting. There's a lot of allegations coming out of involving Terra ecosystem, eventually from the Twitter user called Fatman. Terra, most allegations haven't been proven, but as the current government report investigates, do Quan and Terraform Labs. What's your forward-looking plan in terms of how Binance will evaluate the predictions out of that Terra team? I did see Fatman's Twitter thread, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure how much of it is true or false. There's a bunch of other exchanges, people, projects involved in that thread, but luckily Binance is not in there. Luckily. Yeah, so this guy, if you're interested in what's happening with Terra and stuff like that, this is a guy to follow, I think. I provide updates and analysis on the Terra situation as it unfolds. Fatman from the Terra Research Forum. So if you want to know, if you want to keep up with what's happening with Terra and stuff like that, this is the guy to follow. What happened with Waze? WTF? I don't know, man. I haven't checked it out. We can check it out right now. But guys, again, this is the guy. I'm gonna give you a link in the there for updates and info on Terra. Follow this guy. There we go. I can pin the tweet just because I think it's a good guy to follow if you're interested in that kind of stuff. I'm not interested, but I've seen that he does post a lot of stuff from inside what's happening with the stuff. So if you want to know, follow this guy. But that was not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the tweet that I posted and that you see right now in the thumbnail. Almost 100% in the last 1-2 days. Nice, very nice. Well done. So I posted this tweet because a guy in our Telegram group asked me, so we are above 10 and 20 moving average but have an ugly close due to evening star doji. How to counter this? So he asked me this. This is from Theodaros. Let's go to the chart. 4-hourly time frame. And I posted this over here. So the question was, how to count this. So this is the question he posted. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put up here. This is the question. So yeah, he perfectly predicted the move, but he didn't trade it. I don't understand TLA. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm a bad trader. So emotions take over me. I always hesitate when I think it's a good move. And even my wife said, like, Sasha, just do it. you can just do it, you know, and it's not just with trading, it's like with everything. I always hesitate. I always try to find a, you know, better. By the way, let's remove the 5-minute mark. I always try to find something, you know, better. I always try to look for, you know, better entry, better this, better. I need the confirmation after confirmation. I need like 50 confirmations to be sure, you know. So, you know, it's a little bit psychological, and I understand that. So, you know, I'm working on that, but, you know, eventually it will be okay. Question. So we are above 10 and 20 moving average, but have an ugly close due to evening star doji. So he says that we are above the 10 and 20 moving average, but since we have an ugly close, because right now we're getting this candlestick pattern called evening star doji, how to count this? So he's asking, like, how do you you know, how do you decide whether you are bullish or bearish, because you have these two indications that are showing that you, on one side you can be bullish since you're above 10 and 20 moving average, but on the other side you are bearish because, you know, you got this evening star doji. So let me show you what he's talking about up here. If you go to the daily time frame and pop some moving averages on this line up here, so down here you will see both this red and white line, that's 10-20 moving average, and you can see that we are above the 10-20 moving average, which is right now very good, because you can see here, you know, all the previous time we have been below these two levels, but right now we are above these two levels, but we have this pattern up here. This is what's called doji, you know, evening star doji pattern, oftentimes a reversal pattern. It's a very bearish pattern, often comes with some kind of tops, reversal, and so forth. It usually goes like this: big green candle, some kind of doji at top. It doesn't have to be green, it can be red as well, some kind of doji at top, and then you got this big red candle right after that. This needs to go close. If you want this pattern to be confirmed, this needs to go above the 50% from the top up here. So 50% we find by using the there is one use case for Fibonacci's, and that's this one up here, because it gives you the 0.50 line over here, meaning 50% line. It gives you 50% line from bottom or from the top, right? It goes from the top up here to the bottom down there. You get this 50% line and this line. So if we can close this candle up here below the 50% line up here, this pattern up here is confirmed, and that's called evening star doji pattern. Now this evening star doji pattern is a reversal pattern. It's a bearish pattern, but we are above the 10 and 20 moving average. So what I told him is you have to stack bearishness or stack bullishness. Just one pattern in itself is not enough, right? And what we are looking for is continuation of the bearish patterns or continuation of the bullish patterns, right? So this would be a bearish pattern. Now if you close below the 50 line up here, you know, that's confirmation of this bearish pattern. Now if you you know, tomorrow if you go below, or today if you go below the 10-20 moving average, that's second, you know, second sign of this continuation. Then if the third sign failed to get back above the resistance up here, that's the third sign of that, right? Then if you go below the support, that's the fourth sign. So you are stacking kind of bearishness, you know, cumulatively towards downside or towards upside to see whether there is a bullish sentiment or bearish sentiment in the charts. So I posted this picture up here because it really nicely explains what I actually meant with that, because right now what did happen over here, we have been stacking bearishness on the 4-hourly time frame. So let me explain how this actually goes. This first is the question over here at top. So over here, first of all, number one, although we got 32, so we are talking about this move up here right now, the number one case. Although we got to 32.2 resistance, that's this up here, you can see the wick up here, we got rejected and closed below the 31.8. This down here is 31.8 line, so we closed below that. Let me put a number on that so you can see this nice. So this is up here is 31.8. It's a little bit higher, you know, but we said 31.8. This up here is 32, right? So that was the first bearish sign, right? Because we failed to get, you know, close above it, you know, but that's fine, and nothing happens. Then after that we actually try to get back above that line again. That should count as a second, but it's still not a second bearish signal, because that's a very normal move. And even this move towards downside is normal, because after you try to hit some kind of resistance, you always try to have some kind of pullback, some kind of support. So all is nice, and there is nothing bearish about this. It's a normal move back to the support. Now here on number 2 comes the second bearish move, right? So we went up, we failed to get you know, through the resistance after a very impulsive move, and you know, we pull back. Everything is normal then. Now here's the first problem up here. If you zoom in a little bit up here, what you're gonna see here is that we actually failed to get back above the 31.8. So this move towards upside failed to get back above the 31.8 resistance, and I say second try after the first red candle. This is the first red candle. failed to get above 31.8 resistance. So right now we got 2 bearish signals that we have failed to get above 31.8. Now the third time is up here. So after that, we actually managed to break to 31 and even close above 31.8. But although we managed to get above the 31.8 resistance, bearish engulfing candle right back down. Again, these candles is very important. Engulfing candles, either be bullish or bearish, very, very important candle. And as you can see over here, we got what's called a bearish engulfing candle. So this is the third sign that this is a bearish move over here, right? So you see this stop, we got rejected right back down below the support down here, right back down. So this is the third move, right? Fourth move up here. This is the fourth move, and we managed to get back up here above the support at 31.8, but we went right back down again. Managed to get back above 31.8, that's over here, but failed to stay there and right back down again. So oftentimes when you get above something, you first try to retest that on the backside as a support, and you try to stay up there, but we failed to stay up there and moved right back down again. So this is the fourth signal right now that we are a little bit bearish. Then what happened after that is that we actually had a continuation of this bearish signal, and also broke the previous support down here. This is the first support that we created for this move, and we broke that support. So bearish continuation below the support. So this bearish continuation below the previous support that we actually made up here on this move down here. And now on the last part up here, we tried to get back up there, and we tried to continue towards back inside the 31.8. Although we got back above the previous support, that's over here, and pushed above 31.8. You can see this wick up here. We pushed above 31.8 towards upside. The lack of bullishness failed to keep there. So we went up there, but there was no bullishness to keep there, and it slowly started going down, 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 down. And as soon as the market noticed that there is no bullishness, the continuation down came at the same candle. So we had one, first, very normal move towards upside, technically not bearish, but we did not get above the resistance. So first one, then, we managed to create some kind of support, and then for second time we tried to get it back above that. We failed. That's the second, second bearish signal. Then we managed to get it back above 31.8, but we had this bearish engulfing candle. Even the wick all the way up to the 200 moving average, but we failed that bearish engulfing candle right now. Third bearish signal. Fourth bearish signal after we got above the 31.8 and then got rejected right back down again. Now we lost, we tried 4 times, we lost that, and we're like, okay, let's move down a little bit, and then try to pump it, move down a little bit below the support, then try to get back above that support and try to pump it inside 31.8, failed that, and right back down. So you can see right now, when I say in the title, in retrospect, it was inevitable. The signs were there, but it takes a little bit, looking. I did see the engulfing candle, and I thought it was looking bearish, and I did see this move towards downside, but I did not actually analyze it this thoroughly, to actually call the move towards downside. But we know the dates. Yeah, we know the dates. So in retrospect, it will be. Yeah, you predicted the move, but you didn't trade. I didn't state it. You predict the exact 0.57 gods, and it bottomed and went to 0.92. I missed these trades because of emotional. Yeah, emotions are a big thing when it comes to trading, and if you cannot handle that, doesn't matter. We're gonna get to that under our skin eventually. So I'm pretty much decided that I need to figure this trading stuff out. I think I'm pretty decent when it comes to technical analysis. So I should do okay if I just figure it out. So the trick's to figuring it out. Chipotle is now accepting Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as payment. Guys, huge market sentiment and market adoption is coming to crypto, and every day I see some new restaurant chains, some new hotel chains, some new country accepting more and more Bitcoin, making new ETFs and stuff like that. Where's the bottom, and when will we get a relief rally? This was the relief rally, man. This was the relief rally. So let me just remove this up here a little bit, because we don't need more, but I still want to keep my lines. It's very interesting to look at this, by the way. We don't need these, we don't need these, we don't need these. Let me just remove this, and we're gonna talk about a little bit about certain stuff up here. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. Also on the 1 hourly time frame, if you look up here on 1 hour time frame, that's when you move the moving averages to remove a little bit of lines on the screen. I posted also this up here, and I said move above the 10 moving average. Each channel somewhere up here. Let me go up here. It was up here somewhere. Posted a lot of charts today, so there is one chart up here. There, this one. Blue lines important. Break to upside might indicate bullishness. Break down, and we lose the channel. Increase bearishness. So it's this chart over here. This is the line. So I was thinking if you get above the blue line towards upside, we could increase the bullishness towards upside, because there were nice lines. This one, you know, broke the support up here. But if we go down, then we, you know, lose the bullishness, and we could drop further towards downside. Now, as you just saw, this actually materialized itself right up here, over here as well. You can see the lines, and you can see that here we tried a couple of times getting back above that, failed that, and right back outside on the other side, and then continued right now dumping down to some kind of support here. There is a 10-20 moving average here, so I'm guessing that's why we are stopping down here. But this looks like some kind of BART move towards the upside, right? This is a BART move, right? I don't know how to draw BART, but you understand, man. BART move, right? So there's some kind of BART move that's happening right now. Stuff, guys, stuff. What's up, TA Fans Club? Good evening, Batch. How you doing, man? 3 days to get up and only 4 hours to get down. Yeah. Where is the bottom and where will we get? Yeah. So number one, there is not. This was the relief rally, the way I see it. I think this was the move towards the upside. The pattern that we also been discussing down here, this you know, impulsive move with a move, you know, with recall right back up, and then you have this bleed on the downside, often breaks the trend up here. And once this trend is broken, this resistance up here is very important to get above. We had the resistance up here, right? Very important to get above that. We failed to do that. Right now we're getting back down there. Right, so we said if we break that, we might retest this, you know, 34, 35 on this 50 moving average up here, but we failed that. And this pattern up here, once it gets rejected up here, if we go back down to these levels down on the downside, we might very likely see more move towards downside. So I don't think there is no right now the bottom is the bottom or the support line is at 29,816 for right now. That's 29,816, so that's a very important support level right now. That's 10-20 moving average. But if you for whatever reason, you know, go back down there, fail to get back up, I think you know, more move towards downside should be counted on. So you know, I'm you know, I'm in no way, shape or form bullish, but I'm not 100% bearish either, because although we are getting, you know, the first signal of the bearishness on the daily candle up here, we still need to see the breakdown on the 10-20 moving average before we actually you know, assume that we can go further lower down. This move up here is only the 4-hour bearish move towards the downside. So right now the support is at 29,816. that's 10-20 moving average. We also got a couple of supports down here right below us, of course, as always, but eventually we are looking for some kind of 20. So we're gonna remove this because we don't need it anymore. So eventually we are, and also these lines up here, we actually failed to hold these support lines. So even this 30.3 is failed. So we're gonna just put like this up here. So you can see up here, that's the support line right now. Also on the 4-hourly 150 moving average. So we're gonna break everything. On the 4-hourly, if you go below this line up here, you are breaking 150 moving average, but on daily you are breaking the 10 and 20 moving average. So everything is right now up here. So if you go down, it's very, very bearish, right? So you don't want to go there. But eventually right now, that's the most important level to hold. And if we fail that level, I'm still looking at down here, the box that we have actually wanted to come for, you know, very long time right now on the downside. Good evening, Tila. Good evening, Sputnik. How you doing, man? Let the moon do its stuff now. Yeah, let the moon do its stuff. Let the moon do its stuff. So oftentimes moon doesn't start on the day. It starts a little bit before, starts a little bit after. You oftentimes get this pump towards the upside before it goes down. But in strong bearish trends, the moon should push the price down for whatever reason. I don't understand the psychology, human psychology. We like to look at the moons and stuff like that, right? So when moons have this kind of, you know, this much of correlation with the price, you know, you gotta start believing in the moons. Some potentially bearish narrative for the next couple of months. USDT has not yet fully pegged it to a rollout, could fail. Any kind of US regulation or crypto could come out. And as well, Fed is right now saying that they are gonna drop 7.6 trillion from their balance sheet or something like that. I don't know. So you know, there is a big thing there as well for the markets. So how much Bitcoin in traditional markets are correlated, I don't know. But when it comes, I've explained this before, and I have this theory, guys. I have this theory that when traditional markets actually start dumping on the downside, I think that Bitcoin might have a very, very big rally towards upside, especially if they are not correlated. Because you have to understand, when stuff starts going down, you know, people who try to run away from the traditional markets, they're gonna try to put money into something, and if they see, if at that same time Bitcoin starts rallying towards the upside, it's gonna be huge wealth transfer from traditional markets into crypto markets, so it just might explode like insanely towards upside, guys. But that's a, you know, that's a very, you know, that theory is more wacky than the moon's theory. Stock to crypto flow. Yeah, stock to crypto flow. You said it, man. You said it. Stock to crypto flow. We gotta make stock to crypto flow. That's nice name, man. Could this not just be a retracement for the pump we had from Friday low? Yeah, it could. Yeah, it could. This is you know, we went up, we hit you know, a resistance, we moved back down. That's fine. Like we are still not 100. We are still not saying that we are gonna go down here, because although this is a bearish news and this is a bearish move towards downside, we are still above 29.8. And what people do not understand when it comes to technical analysis is that there is no certainties in here, right? There is only probabilities, right? Oftentimes sometimes there is so much bearishness that you can say it's gonna break the support, right? But other times, like right now, you cannot say that, you know, right off the bat it's gonna break support. It was hugely bullish move towards the upside. You just hit resistance on, you know, extension and pull back. That's very normal, especially looking daily time frame. So there is nothing, you know, abnormal by this. The abnormal part will come if we break the 10 and 20 moving average, because right now the pullback is done, guys. The pullback is done. So any more pullback, it's not gonna be pullback, it's gonna be a drop, right? So this is a very normal thing that's happening. But the fact that altcoins are reacting as badly as they are, I'm thinking a lot of people are sitting right now in fear. But you know, the fact that, you know, even altcoins are reacting, you know, badly, that means, you know, 5 to 10% down with Bitcoin, even more than that. Some are even, you know, down 10, 15, 20%. I see something, NC is down -70%, ARK is up 70%. WTF, man, this thing pumped like crazy, doesn't care about anything. Yeah, so it might indicate that, you know, but also did pump a lot, you know, last 2 days, so you know, there might be that. Would be nice. How much leverage lost in the last few hours? I don't know, man. I'm thinking a lot. Yesterday we also, when we were having stream, I said we are having stream up here, and I said, like, you know, right now it's a bad time to go long, because you're right below a very important resistance on the extension, and you know, it's very hard to break that. Either you break that up here, you know, retest, and then you go long, or you just wait, right? You do not go. But I know that, you know, from personal experience, and you know, I've been there before, oftentimes when people get to these very, very critical levels of resistance, they get a very much hope upward. They're like, they become emotionally unstable, and they did not buy down here because they thought it was going to go down. So right now start pricing going very fast towards upside. It starts hovering below the resistance line, and they think, like, if it goes up, it's going to go up again, you know, to 35. I'm going to fail. No, I'm going to buy here, and then I'm going to ride the wave all the way up there, right? So a lot of people, you know, bought up here, and right now you can see this fast move towards downside. You know, if they fail to sell, you know, they are right now, you know, down some 5%, something like that on Bitcoin, right? But they could be down more on other stuff, right? Low, emotional, unstable. Yeah, exactly. So when people are emotionally unstable, they do not know what they're doing. You know, they oftentimes form in just below the resistance, very, very important resistance. So that up down here, even I had, you know, in the last 2 days, even I had thoughts, because you have to understand, down here, exactly down here, exactly down here on this candle up here, I'm gonna explain to you. On this candle up here, I was thinking to go all in. And it would be a nice, like, I was thinking buying all the altcoins, everything, and everything did pump like 10-20%, because my idea was I can just buy up here, because, you know, the probability towards upside is very huge. I know there is a resistance at 31,000, 32,000. So I was like, let me go all in, and then, you know, my altcoins will pump like 20%, something like that. I guess I got 20% of the entire portfolio, which is really quite big money, right? But I, you know, like I said, you know, my emotions always tell me like, wait for another confirmation, you know. So then you get this confirmation, yeah, let's say, and then you get this confirmation, and by the time you're up, you're at the top, right? So you cannot wait for too many confirmations, you know. You got, sometimes you gotta trust your guts and stuff like that, right? But what I was seeing up here is is a rising wedge up here. It was a rising wedge up here, something like this, right? It was a rising wedge up here, and this rising wedge exactly on this candle up here broke that towards the upside. Now we already knew that this big pattern up here was kind of bullish pattern. I've explained this so many times before, right? So when we went down and we were creating this rising wedge up here, I didn't actually think it was gonna go on the downside. I was actually expecting the break towards the upside, and as soon as it broke up towards the upside up here, I actually knew that I should, you know, I should buy everything right now, right? But I didn't do that. I was just waiting, and I was like, nah, it's okay, it's gonna go slowly up, right? It's gonna go very slowly up, so I can sleep on it, and tomorrow, you know, I might buy when it's up there, you know, up here somewhere. You know, it's not gonna be the best gains, but, you know, at least I'll be more sure than, you know, yesterday, you know. But, you know, life wants this the other way, and we pump towards the upside. But I in no shape or form, again, do believe that this is any kind of bottom right now. Sorry, this move towards downside is some kind of bottom. We still need to see a reaction up here. We still need to break. So here, this is the way I look at it right now. We still got 31 and 32 resistance up here. One very nice test on that, and right now we got 10 and 20 moving average. So everything in between here right now, everything in between here is just a trading range. So it really doesn't matter how this actually performs in here. It's only break below the 10-20 moving average. This 10-20 moving average will move slowly towards the upside like this, and maybe only break below that 10-20 moving average, or down here below 10-20 moving average, or break above 31.8 or 32.2 should give us bullishness or bearishness on the chart. Right now, you know, it's a little bit in a no man's land, because this move can just likely, you know, find the bottom down here, consolidate, and, you know, go back up here again and break towards the upside. So although we are again looking towards downside 32, 35, like we don't have the what is called the ball, you know, the magic ball. So we're gonna see how this plays out. We take move by move, guys, move by move, and then we see how this actually develops, right? But right now the move has been bearish for a long time. The move towards upside was looking for. Sputnik, welcome to TFN's Club, man. Enjoy the green name, enjoy the emojis, and join the Telegram channel, man. There is a link below in the community section on my channel page. Somewhere there you can find it pretty easily. And since this is your first day in the club, you get to choose the coin, man. You get to choose the coin. Evening, guys and girls. Hope your bags and bellies are full and all is good. Bellies is full, man. Aye, nice, Sputnik. Glad you made the plugs. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Sputnik is in the chat, guys. Wish him welcome. Sputnik. Go on, man. Yeah, nice, nice. We're building it, guys. So we're gonna see how this is gonna play out. Waves. Let me tell you the story about waves, guys. So we had this. There is a competition going on Bybit, right? It's not actually on Bybit, but it's on. Not this. I don't know. Sheldon the Sniper has this thing where he's gonna go trade from $400 to $1 million, and he's doing it live on stream. So I was like, let me do it with him. So I transferred $418 to Bybit, and I'm gonna trade $400 to $1 million. Try to, you know, outcompete him. Probably gonna burn the account pretty fast. You know, and I was looking for a trade, and I was wanting to short, right? I didn't want to short Bitcoin because, you know, it's a Bitcoin. You know, I wanted the gains. So what it pumped the most, it was waves, right? So I was watching the waves. I was watching the waves up here. Let me, where is the daily candle up here? Wow, waves. What's happening with waves, man? 11 points. It was up 11.6. So yeah, I was watching the waves, and I want to short the waves. And you can see up here there was this rising wedge up here, right? There was the rising wedge. I was watching this move up here, right? And I was watching this on the 5-minute chart, so it was very, very painful. You know, I was sitting 4 hours watching the chart just to, you know, make the move, exactly up here. This was so, you know, I hate watching 5-minute charts. And I was watching to drop below the line, and you can see down here it did not drop below the line and actually explode towards that. I never took the trade, but even up here at the top up here, I mean, when it exploded, this looked to me some kind of, you know, lead-in bump and run pattern. So I thought like this might be some kind of top, right? But I still didn't take the trade up there, and of course then had a huge pullback after that. But right now, in you know, looking at that, I mean, it did pump hugely up here though. It did pump huge. So right now, you know, Waves is up 7.6%, while Bitcoin is down 5%. And this is also another reason I did not pull the trigger that easily, because Waves is very, very bullish for some reason. Let me just go back a little bit. Waves is very bullish for some reason. And it's not just that it's pumped 68%, it pumped above the resistance up here, closed above that, and it was doing this secondary move towards the upside, right? And I just, you know, when you have these kind of bullish moves, although they can pull back very fast and they can drop very fast, the fact that it didn't, that was getting me scared. So if you look here on the 1 hourly time frame on Waves over here, and you look at these moves up here, let's go to the 5-minute chart on the moves. Any kind of, you know, if this was just, you know, a random 62%, because it was up like 60-70% up on the top, right? It was up 60. Now the fact that you are in this rising wedge up here and you are not falling out of the rising wedge on a 60-70% move toward downside, and then you break it towards the upside, you break a 70% move rising wedge, you break that towards the upside. There's something bullish about that, guys. There is something bullish about that. Just when like a Bitcoin over here, when it's on the 4 hourly time broke the bullish, it's not exactly the same, but you know, breaking to up here, there was a small rising wedge up here. There was a small rising wedge up here, right? Depends on how you draw it. There was a small rising wedge, but when you break rising wedge through upside, that's bullish, right? That's bullish. So when I saw this break to upside, you know, it got me even less, you know, wanting to. It got me. Where is it on the daily time frame? It got. No, it's on. Let's go to the 10-minute chart. You can see it on any kind of chart up here. When it broke towards the upside, it got me even less, you know, wanting to. You know, you do not. If you get a rising wedge, right, you want to short that. There is a big probability that it's gonna go towards the upside and then it fails, right? But this didn't fail immediately. This did take a little while to fail. But maybe I was just looking on the short time frames. Maybe it should be something like this. It did fail eventually down here, but it looked so bullish up here. So I was afraid to short. I was afraid to short. So I didn't. I was like, nah. But I didn't want to touch anything else because I want to short Waves. Did you say anything on Tron lately, TL? You would think of a short a week or back to, but it broke. Hit 0.09. Today still seems to be hitting that resistance. Waves is always extremely bullish and extremely bearish. Yeah, like look at this chart. Look at this chart. This is the, you know, Waves chart it's been extremely bearish on the downside. So it was kind of dying towards downside, right? This looks like that. I mean, this is just so painful to watch, and it's down something like, I don't know how much, man, like 93, maybe even more % towards downside. It was a huge bearish move. So, you know, but you know, after this something changed. The matrix changed up down here, because it didn't just pump a little bit up here and it continued. It just pumped hugely towards the upside. So I think matrix changed there a little bit. But you can see up here that ever since down here, I mean, this has just been pumping. It's only broke the trend up here right now in November 21. In November 20, it had this big huge move out April, maybe just like Bitcoin did, right? And then but the move towards downside is such a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 weeks. You know, Bitcoin did, how much did Bitcoin do in 8 weeks on the downside, man? Bitcoin in 9 weeks, Bitcoin did a move of 44% towards downside. Waves did move of 93% plus on the downside. Insane move. So, you know, the pump towards upside, you know, is legit. Now the legit pump, you know, you can see the support and resistance line. These are you know, resistance line here that we need to get above. Right now it's above that line, but you know, it still has something like 4 days left. 4 days left to, you know, stay above this line. So whether it's gonna stay above the line or not, I don't know. You know, I'm not looking at it that much, you know, right now. Tron could be a good short candidate in time. Very well said. In time. So let's check out Tron a little bit, because I'm very interested in what's happening with Tron, guys. I'm very interested in what's happening with Tron, because I often go to Twitter and I see big moves on Twitter, guys. Whale alert. this guy, right? So this guy posts often, you know, a big tracker of transfers and big transfers. So this 1,000 Bitcoin transfer from Zappo to Binance, 761 Bitcoin transfer Zappo to unknown wallet. To unknown wallets, usually some private wallet, some cold storage wallet, something people they don't know. 7,000 ETH from unknown wallet, so from some private wallet, you know, to the exchange. But this could also be that these unknown wallets, because I do not know how whale alert is actually you know, counting this, but these unknown wallets could be private exchange wallets that hold a lot of ETH, BTC, a lot of other coins, and then, you know, move from you know, cold wallets to hot wallets stuff, you know. So it's not really good indication. But what I've noticed is there is a lot of Tron transactions, right? Here's a big Tron transaction, 44 million transfer from Binance. So somebody pulled, you know, 45 million, you know, from Binance into an unknown wallet, right? And you don't see this with all of the coins. You see this XRP. There's also a lot of XRP moves. This is 200 million XRP move from escrow wallet. Escrow is, you know, XRP or the unknown wallet. This is 129 million move also for escrow to Ripple escrow wallet. So just change a little bit, you know, own wallets. Binance minted BUSD and so forth, so forth. But yeah, Tron always pops up here. Here's another Tron transaction, 38 million Tron transfer for Binance the unknown wallet, so pulling it off exchanges, right? Here's also a Tron you know, change, 22 million from Binance the unknown, 22.3 million from Binance the unknown wallet again. You see Tron again, 11 million from unknown to Binance, but this is going to Binance. 50 million from Binance to unknown wallet, so this pulled off. 36 transfer Binance to unknown wallet, so Zlato is pulling out, but I don't, you know, I don't have a, you know, I don't have the balance of all of these transactions, so I don't actually know whether the, most of it goes to the exchanges or goes off of the exchanges, right? So it's not well, but the fact that, you know, I'm seeing, you know, big moves when Tron, I don't see big moves on Solana or big moves on IVEX right now on a whale alert, right? So something is up with Tron. You can see the nice triangle. You can see the resistance line up here trying to break. There is also some kind of, I think, some kind of support line. This might be some kind of rising wedge. If this rising wedge breaks towards the upside, especially breaks out of the triangle up here, that's going to be hugely bullish. But if it for whatever reason breaks on the downside down here out of this move towards downside, we might see a retest down here on the support line, right? On the support line. So we are looking for the support line as well. We got right now rising wedge up here, breakthrough upside, just like you saw in waves. It might be very bullish. It might also just hit resistance right back in and then break on the downside. How this is gonna play out, I do not know. Huge support down here at the bottom down here because it's been holding for a long time. And I said down here below this support line down here, if we go down there, it might have a big move towards downside, but it just doesn't go down there, guys. It just doesn't go down. Even this move we went up here, even this move towards downside, it was keeping this 10-20 moving average and bouncing off of that right back up again. So something is that, you know, the Tron is definitely bullish. I don't know what's happening on Tron, guys, but definitely 100% bullish. Very, very bullish. They can see the transactions on the blockchain. Yeah, who is the guy you are copying with the $400? How do we find him? It's Sheldon the Sniper. I can show you. YouTube. I'm not copying his trades. I'm copying, you know, his competition. I'm just trying to compete him. I'm not following his trades, man. He does his thing, I do my thing, you know. But I think right now he's 100% up. I think he's up in at 800 bucks. Shell, it's Crypto Banter. He's on Crypto Banter show. So you can see here trading live now. This is the one, but where is this? Where he started this? Here, how to turn 400 bucks into 1 million in crypto in 12 months. So right, how to turn 400 into 1 million in crypto in 12 months. You can see this, 12 months. It's on Crypto Banter show. And in this video, he explains the competition and, you know, what he's doing, right? So you can see here he is planning out, you know, from 100 to 1000 is 1000x, you know, from 1000 10,000 is 1000x, you know, 50 to 100 is 50, 500x, 500%, and so forth, so forth. So he's saying like in the start it's very hard, at the end it's very easy, so forth, you know. But he does do trades live when he does do trades, and you know, hopefully he'll get to 1 million, right? So I was like, you see here he's on Bybit. He also right over here had, I don't know if you can see it, but he had $680 by the time I was watching this live stream, but he started at 400 bucks, right? So we are starting at 400 bucks as well. So there is that. Your opinion on RuneCoin? Don't have any opinion, but I'm gonna check just see if there is anything special about the price on the RuneCoin. Nah, nothing special. Everything goes the same. This weekly, this daily, nah, everything goes the same. Just like Bitcoin. I might have to try some trades as well, but only small ones to build up my position. Why not? Senior Steph was like fleeing too much mud being thrown around with the Ripple case, maybe. Not sure what's happening there. Don't want to actually speculate. Shell and Killer today hit TP. Just tuned in. What's BTC update? Bearish, but we are holding above the support. You know, quickly said, right? Quickly said. And there is that, guys. I think I might do something else right now. So I got some kind of plans, but I want to make a video. I want to at least do some research, something like that, off camera. Lona Sasha, so are you beating Shell so far? No, I'm not. I was actually, I saw this like 2 days ago. I wanted to make a short trade, but I didn't do the short trade, and I didn't have time after that. I'm not a good trader, guys. I can do TA. I can, when I'm emotionally stable, unbiased, you know, everything's fine. You know, you can see my lines are very nice, but you know when to go and when to exit, you know, and I always do, you know, leverage, so you know small mistakes cost money. And Ren is 10xing the deposit and follows he trades to 100 million. Tila, thank you for keeping us in the loop in the deep case law. Yeah, by the way, what happened with the debt case? We gotta go to the, you know, Norwegian paper. Oh, Depp won. Nice. Heard is shattered. Knust means shattered. Let me read this. Victory to Johnny Depp. Amber Heard has krenket. I don't know how to explain this. His ex-husband Johnny Depp won in many ways a crushing victory over his ex-wife's, and she has to pay him $50 million. But also she got, you know, some wins as well. Mr. Deep has to pay $2 million. So, you know, 50 minus 2, 30 million. So everybody won. Amber big angry now. Yeah, Amber big angry now. Gotta go. Have a good night, all. Have a good night, but thanks for stopping by. Can we buy inch for long term? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think the problem with long inch, I'll tell you my thing, you know, it's a DEX, you know, it's they need to develop something if that's if they want to do something with it, right? But I don't hear anything, you know, about 1 inch anymore, right? It's so little about 1 inch. And you can see the price as well, you know, from up here it pumped at top and just been bleeding on the downside ever since then. April, you know, October up here just going down, steadily down towards downside. So I don't know if this is gonna find some kind of bottom and then pump big time, but you have to understand that 1 inch is you know, 2018 coin. What do I mean by 2017 coin? There was a lot of coins in 2017 that was a big thing back then, but they are not big thing in this rally, right? And there is also gonna be a big coins that are big in this rally, right? They are not gonna be big in the next rally as well, guys. So some coins are gonna fall off. I think 1 inch is one of them, because you know what does 1 inch get? 1 inch, you know, it's got nothing, right? It's a DEX, right? It's a DEX where you buy a share. I mean, they do got some kind of bridges, BNB, Poly, Optim Gross, Avalanche, and Phantom Bridge, right? They got some kind of DAO staking as well, classic mode as well. So you got bridges, they got, you know, I mean, this is always gonna be needed, of course. This is all gonna, but you know, let's see the market cap on this thing. Coin cap. Will one each make it? I mean, it was big when it came out though. It's not that big market cap. It's only 400 million. So I'm not quite sure about the bridges. I'm not quite sure about bridges. There is one coin that this has, 400, but, 1 inch is very widely used. There is one coin called Rubik RBC. I think I'm going to buy this eventually. I haven't bought it. It only has like 8 million in market cap, It's 88% its circulation. And, yeah, it's very cheap. It's very cheap. But I think it does the same thing. It does the same thing, if not more. It's a multi-chain, multi-chain. Sorry, I don't know if 1 inch cross-chain, multi-chain cross-chain, or whatever you call that. Can you buy from one chain to another chain, right? Bridges, Polygon. It's really hard to use this. On Rubik is so easy, man. On Rubik is so easy. I'm not trying to shield Rubik. I'm just saying this is a multi-chain app, right? But it's so easy to buy from cross-chain to other cross-chain. So you select token on whatever chain you want, right? From Binance you want to buy Ethereum. No, from near you want to buy some crazy stuff like Blaze maybe, and then you want to buy that on switch that with Moon River. And on Moon River you buy this, and it will if you connect the wallet it will I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy. But I don't know how good this is, because this is people are saying that this bridge uses USDC for the bridge, and something called their biggest competitor is called multi-chain cross-chain router, this thing over here. But it's so hard to use. But this doesn't have as many pairs, but it does not use USDC as a bridge. I think it uses some kind of liquidity pool or something like that. So I think it's a cheaper use than a Rubik, but Rubik is so much easier to use. And 1 inch, I don't know if 1 inch has bridge. I mean, it has bridges, but then you gotta go here, then you gotta find the coin and do stuff, right? Ethereum. Okay, so this is C-bridge. Yeah, so it's using this other C-bridge stuff, right? And you can see here you got networks. You choose Avalanche. I don't want brand of main network. Sandmax. Can I click? No, this is not it. So just transfer from mainnet. Here's the coin. Then you can pick the coin, but it doesn't have that many coins. Maybe because this is Ethereum mainnet. Because what Rubik says, it has how many? Rubik has 15 plus assets, but they say it's more expensive. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I don't know if 1 inch is gonna make it or not, but there's definitely a whole bunch of these dexes right now. So what's gonna happen with this? I don't know, man. 1 inch is dex aggregator. Yeah, dex aggregate. Call it what I want. I'm not quite sure on the difference between the different stuff, but One is the biggest DEX aggregator. Yeah, Nate Spurs, biggest DEX aggregator right now is for 400 million market cap. Hey man, the theory is once we hit bottom, first bit pumps hard, then big alts, then small alts, then repeat. Do you agree with this? Yeah, I do agree with that. Bitcoin will always have the first run on the start from the bottom, but even with small projects have the riff. But even though Bitcoin is first to run, altcoins, I'm not saying market cap of altcoins or altcoin in general, like a team, altcoins team does not outperform Bitcoin in the first move. But some altcoins in that batch of altcoins does outperform Bitcoin big time, even in the small moves. It's always Bitcoin, then Ethereum, then alts. Then everyone laughs at all boomers Bitcoin. Then bear comes and kills all alts. Yeah, that's good. That's good analogy. Yes, this cross chain. Check also proper BC group together. I have no clue what you said, Patrick. Hello sir, I'm having a bit of a panic attack. Is this bottom? Do I buy the Moon River or Lambo? What goddamn coins or tokens do I put the 1K in for Lambo. I don't know, man. I don't know what kind of coins. That's the trick. What kind of coins are giving us 1000x, man? That's the trick. Bitcoin right now, until it's as long as above the 10-20 moving average is okay, and then I'm giving it one or two more days after that to see if that's gonna actually, you know, do well. But right now it is bearish move. It is bearish move. Check the hustle. It's part of BTC. How long BTC will dump this time? I don't know. 22 to 25, maybe. Ren is always talking about Rubik, so with the banter community alone, it will pump one day. Ren is talking about Rubik. I did not know that. Hey man, if Ren is on the Rubik, I'm definitely gonna get a bag of that. I'm ready to buy. I want to buy a C and need a 1000x coin. Hello, I'm having panic attacks. Everybody's having panic attack, man. You know, it's really hard to be in dollars right now. I'm waiting for the bottom when this pump is happening. So, thanks taking up my previous question. Can we buy mana or sand now? I don't know, man. Do what you want. I just told you I don't think it's a bottom. I'm waiting, man. What do you think I'm gonna answer? I'm Sasha. I'm out. See you next time. I'm going to repay some debt slot. Thanks for stopping up by, man. XMR. XMR. Oh, the Monero stuff. Where's the Monero stuff? XMR. There is it. How's XMR doing? Yeah, XMR is also looking not that bad, guys. Monero, let's see Zcash. It looks worse than a Monero. I don't know, why is Monero looking better than Zcash? Why is Monero looking better than Zcash? That's what I want to know. Should be somewhere up there. It should be up there somewhere. It's resistance up here somewhere. There's also a trend down there. I don't know. I don't know why this is looking better than maybe it looks like a channel up here. Right back in channel, bottom of the channel right now. Maybe some kind of channel. Give or take. Better tech, higher annuity set. I don't think. I know they're using something called tumblers, and they're trying to, you know, hide hide where the money went. But guys, everything is on chain 100%. That is it's very hard to hide it. Now, how can you hide where your money went? If you send from your private account, from MetaMask, for example, to some kind of exchange, and in that exchange you send it from one account to another account on the same exchange, and then from that exchange you send the money money out of the exchange to some other wallet. Now only the exchange will know where your money went and nobody else will know, right? So that's the only way where you can you know, hide where your money went for you know, for your you know, for your government or whatever, but you cannot hide it from the exchange you actually sent to. Now if exchange is working with regulations, and if they get asked, hey man, you got to give us all the transactions where the money is going so we can connect the dots, you're done. What do you think about Kotti? I don't have any. I don't think much about Kotti. I haven't heard about it that much. So, okay, guys, what time is now? We've been running a live stream for 1 hour. Thank you guys for stopping by. I don't have much left to say. Only watch the 10-20 moving average on the daily. That's the most important thing right now. And if you break the 30, this 29.8, if you break below this 10-20, by the way, do you know what? This pattern up here is actually the same pattern that we had up here, guys. Up here, almost the same pattern. But you can see up here, we went down, up, and then, you know, flag down before we broke through upside here. We got rejected and then went below this moving average down here, which was a very bearish move towards downside. And right now, something the same is happening down here, of course. We went down, up, then we were flagging down, down, up, then we were flagging downside. Then we went to this move towards upside, we got rejected. And right now we're going back below this support, this moving average down here, these two moving averages. So I think if we manage to get close below down here, or even tomorrow close down below 10-20 moving average, that's gonna be a little bit bearish, guys. That's gonna be a little bit bearish. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Okay. That's it, guys. Thanks for stopping by. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. By the way, Sputnik, thanks for joining TF Fans Club and everybody else. Come back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central P time on the dollar. We do Bitcoin daily every single day because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, right, guys? Okay, guys. Cheers. Bye bye.